Okay, so I'm just going to hit spacebar to open up all the different viewports. I'm going to build a plane in the front view. So spacebar again. And I'm going to cycle through the backgrounds hitting Alt-B so I can see what I would prefer. I'm going to go with this for now. Just come up here to the top polygon plane. I'm just going to click and drag. And there's my plane. I'm going to zero out everything so he's right on the exact 0 axis. Now I'm going to open up my Hypershade window, rendering editors, Hypershade. And if I hit Control Shift, it makes a button over here for me. So I'm just going to make that. So that brings up the Hypershade, and I'm just going to choose another Lambert. And I'll scroll down to File. I'm going to middle mouse drag File over top of Lambert, and it goes to default. So I'll click Default. I'm going to graph this just so it looks nicer. So right click, hold down right click, and graph network. Double click this, File, and I'll find a Gatorade bottle. Hit open. Assign this by holding right click, assign material to selection. Right now it appeared automatically. You might see it just inside of this view. That's because I'm in 5 view. If I hit 6 on the keyboard, or this little checker ball, you'll see it appear or reappear. And I'm going to get rid of the grid by turning that off. And I want to fix the UVs because it's obviously not correct. So up here under the Polygons tab, I'm going to change that. Opens up the UV editor. Now obviously I see my line is splitting through there, not what I want. So display image to turn that off. I'm just going to go into UVs and select them and move them over to where they fit. That works for me. I can close that. Right click, object mode, and I'll just scale this in to fit more appropriately to what a Gatorade bottle looks like. Right there, I'm happy with that. Spacebar. Select this. I'm going to push it back just a little bit so that when I draw my my curve, it's not right on top. Spacebar, spacebar. Control A to get rid of that so I see the transforms. I'm going to come in here to curves. I'm going to double click on EP curve, and normally it's going to be set to 3 cubic, which will give you a real curved look, which I don't want. I want a linear, so that's going to give me straight lines like this. I'd rather work with that. So come back here, linear, and I'll start to trace this from the center. They'll slowly follow along with some of the shapes that I have here. Since we're in a perspective image, it's going to warp a little bit, so I'm going to kind of guess a little bit. Then I want this to kind of bow in, kind of like most Gatorade bottles. Then I'll hit enter, finalize my shape, close that, and look at it in here. Alt-B to cycle through my backgrounds. So there we go. There's the start of my shape. And if I want to, I can start to refine some of these. By right-clicking and going to Control Vertex, you can start to move these around a little bit so they're not as harsh. Like that works. So now, I gotta change my polygon to surfaces. And up here, surfaces, Revolve, I'm gonna go to Option Box. And I don't want to work with NURBS, I want to work with polygons. So I make sure polygons is on, general, quads, per span, isoparms, per span, isoparms, 1 and 1, make sure those have to be it. Then I can hit Revolve. Now I get my Gatorade bottle. It's really low poly, So what I want to do is over here to the right, if I hit Revolve 1, I have all the inputs I want. I got lucky and it started out the correct way. Maybe I started it and it ended up looking like this. So I just need to change the revolve axis. So axis X, Y, or Z. Clearly Y is what I wanted. 0. And that's what I get. Now, I need to increase the amount of sections. So right now it's 8. If I click and highlight and middle mouse move, I can change what it goes to. So I want this to be 24. The reason I want 24 is, when I look at this, I have a line running straight down the middle in each axis. If I had something like this, not exactly good for me to model off of. It's gonna be kind of harder. So I'd rather something like that. But now, what happens is, if I need to go into vertex, all these little points right here aren't welded together. So I need to select them, and then I'm just going to select them, tops and bottoms. I'll hit 4 to go into wireframe. That's what I want. And I'm going to come in here, back to polygons, edit mesh, merge. Now they merge, but not all the way. I need them to merge a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the threshold to 6. That ensures that they're all welded together. Now if I went, say, 650, that's welding them too much. Not exactly what I want, so don't increase the threshold that crazy. So now we have this, and I'm just going to isolate my model. So I'm just click this, so I only see him. Not bad. So now I need to add texture to this. So I'm going to open up my Hypershade. I'm going to go back here to polygons, but I'll go Window, Rendering Editor, Hypershade, just in case. Brings this window back up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a new blend. So that's this guy. I'm going to choose File again, middle mouse drag on top, Default, give me that, middle mouse drag on top, Default, there we go. I'm going to graph the network on him so it's clear. Double click this, and I'm going to choose my logo. Open. Now we have that. So I'm going to assign these faces, hold down right click, material to selection. I need to be in 6 mode, and there we go. But I'm having a problem. My model is actually very see-through. So what's happening is the normals are flipped. If I was to apply this to everything, I'll see that everything's flipped. So I need to go to normals, reverse. Yay, looks correct. So now I can go right here. Reverse. Perfect, looks good. Now I need to fix my UVs, so I'm going to select those faces, and here's your UV editor right here. They're all under this little strip, so I need to run a cylindrical map on this. So I'll come up here to create UVs, cylindrical mapping, and I'll just move this off to the side. And then now I have these. I need to go into UV mode, holding down right click, and just grab those, hit W, and move those off to the side, because I can care less about the rest of this. I care about the label. So I'll move this to where I want it to be, and appropriately scale these around to where I want. And there's my Gatorade logo. Oops. There we go. And now if I want to texture the rest of this bottle, I want to add more stuff. So I'm going to add another blend, and double click him. When I double click him, that opens up the attributes for him. So I'm going to come here to color, I'll make him red. Come in here, I'm going to go into my front view, so I'm holding down spacebar and left click and going to the front view, or if you want you can just go spacebar to the real one. Come in here, face mode, and grab all the faces, and holding Control, deselect faces I don't want to change. Hold down right click, material selection. And there we go. And now I'm going to grab the top of these, and I'll add another one, another blend. I'll make that double click, make him orange. Now grab all those faces, assign material, and there we go. Now I have Gatorade bottle. And that's it.